Exercise 13-39, EPS, which is earnings per share, and PE ratio. PE stands for price to earnings. So, just a reminder, EPS, earnings per share, is net income minus preferred dividends divided by the average number of common shares outstanding. So let's go ahead and get started. So Russet Corp earned net income of $118,000 and paid the minimum dividend to preferred stockholders for 2025. Assume that there is no changes in common shares outstanding during 2025. Russet Corp's books include the following figures. So I can take a look here. So here for requirement 1, compute Russet Corp's earnings per share for the year. Select the formula, then enter the amounts to calculate the company's earnings per share for 2025. Round the earnings per share to the nearest cent. So notice here for the formula, we are doing earnings per share. So the formula is net income minus preferred dividends divided by the average number of common shares outstanding. So the first number we're going to need is net income. And that number is actually given to us up here at the beginning of the problem. That is that 118,000. So go ahead and plug that in. And next we need to calculate our preferred dividends. So remember, the formula for preferred dividends is outstanding shares of preferred stock times the par value times the percentage. So the outstanding shares is given to us here for 1,000. The par value is 50. And then the percentage is 3%. So we'll go ahead and get our calculator open here at the bottom. So we'll take that 1,000 shares times 50, and then we'll multiply that number by the 3%. So we'll go ahead and multiply by 3% in order to get 1,500. So we'll get that number in here and then fix this one for that 118,000 net income. And then we're going to go ahead and divide this portion here by the average common shares outstanding, and that is given to us here under common stock. And this is always common shares, not preferred shares. So the common shares outstanding is this 51,800. And then when we do our math here, the earnings per share is 2.25. We'll go ahead and check our answer. Fantastic. Okay. And we have requirement 2 down here. We have assume Russet Corp's market price of a share of common stock is $8 per share. Compute Russet Corp's price earnings ratio. Select the formula, then enter the amounts to calculate the company's price earnings ratio for 2025. Round the ratio to 2 decimal places. So notice that the formula for price to earnings, price is on top and then divided by earnings. So we already got the divided by in here. So the price here is the market price per share of common stock. And then that is divided by earnings per share. So that market price is given to us here. It's $8 per share. So we'll go ahead and input 8. And since it is divided by earnings per share, that is what we got here out of requirement 1, that 2.25 per share. So we'll go ahead and type that in. And then we'll go and do the math here, get our calculator out. 8 divided by 2.25. And that number equals 3.55. And since we are rounding up to the nearest second decimal place here, that's going to be 3.56. Since we'll be rounding up. So what does the PE ratio, the price of earnings ratio, mean? In this case, we'll notice it's a fraction. We got the market price divided by the earnings per share. So it's saying if you're paying $8 for every $2.25 of earnings, Remember, earnings is profit. So if you're going to buy the stock, you're paying $8 per share to get $2.25 of net profit or net income. And if you divide the two, it's the same thing as saying for every dollar of the thing on the bottom, so for every dollar of earnings, you're paying $3.56 for that in stock market. The average PE ratio is anywhere from 15 to maybe 25, so this is kind of an abnormally and unrealistically low PE ratio, and that's it. Thank you. So we'll go ahead and check our answer. Good job.